there. It's at miles per hour, just like the name of the channel. And also, I asked on the YouTube community page. So Patrick is manning the camera as usual. Thank you, Patrick, for being here and for helping out, of course. And what questions do we have?
First
about the
question is the roll cage an option by Matthew?
So this one doesn't actually have the roll cage. It is an option, and it is removable, but it's not equipped on this car. And I'm kind of glad because I don't know, the way the Tecnica is positioned, it's not as race car-y as the STO. The STO would make sense with the roll cage. This one, even if you're going to take it to the track, unless you're taking the track all the time, I think it makes more sense as a daily drivable package without the roll cage. So yeah, it is an option and it is removable.
Okay, second question. Compared to his rivals, I don't think you've done a Huracan before, Guardian.
Yeah, so I have done a Huracan before. I did the STO, I did the Evo rear-wheel drive, and the standard all-wheel drive version. So I have done Huracans before. Check them out on the channel. And if I'm comparing this to its rivals, we got things like the Ferrari F8 Tributo and the, well, I guess McLaren 720S would be compared to this.
Sorry guys, yeah, it's not gonna be clear because we're gonna have a lot of cars coming out right now.
We have a lot of cars, but can you at least, hang on, let me just check the audio. Audio should be good. You should be able to hear me.
Oh, actually, it's not clear.
Oh, the video is not clear?
It's not clear.
Let's see, what's not clear? Is it not the audio, or is the
video?
Video not clear, or the audio not clear? Should be able to hear the audio. It is patched in. Guys, can you hear the audio? Just give me a little thumbs up if you can. Video is not clear.
Okay.
Unfortunately, can't really do anything about that. We've dealt with this before. It's the YouTube streaming isn't amazing. It's gonna be low resolution. It's gonna kind of be spotty, but hopefully you can see a little bit of what's going on, and it may be in and out. Okay. So the question was competitors. So yeah, Ferrari F8 Tributo, McLaren 720S would be a competitor to this, and I'm gonna save the deep dive competitive discussion for my POV review that will be coming out in about a week. So look forward to that. But I'll say that it holds its own.
They're saying the video is pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah, they're like, I can hear you, but I can't see that well.
That's
very
weird
low.
because like it looks on our end, it looks like it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want?
Audio is good.
Audio is pretty good.
Audio is good.
Okay.
Video is not great. Unfortunately, it's kind of like we're here.
Yeah.
We can roll out if we want to, and
do it somewhere else.
Take it to a different spot. Very low, probably low resolution. I'm guessing.
I'd hate to interrupt you guys, but do you own this car?
No, we're
do you own the shop that tuned this car?
No, it isn't tuned.
Okay.
It's a factory car. We're viewing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. The shirt matched the emblem, so I was
yeah.
I was wondering if I could probe some questions, but never mind.
Sorry. Yeah. What's going on with the video? That's weird. It's not. Do I like the new look of the Tecnica? Ask Key. I do. I don't know if I love this paint job because the paint job actually doesn't emphasize the differences that you see, like the Scion specific stuff of the Y-shaped elements. It's harder to see in this matte gray paint job. And then at the back, you've got things like redesigned upper air intakes, and then hexagonal shaped exhaust, and they redesigned the back portion. You've got big outlets here. Very STO specific stuff that they've incorporated on this car. Heat extraction's all been different, all been changed compared to the Evo. So there's a lot. When you add up all the different pieces stylistically, a lot different than the standard Evo.
Yeah, they're saying 144p and stuff. So
man, 144p is not good.
All right, next question. When will they be on the market by Matt?
These cars, I just talked to a person who put in an order for them. So they're accepting orders right now, but I think they're just pushing out deliveries pretty far at this point. This is potentially going to be the final Huracan version. So they'll probably do some Ultimate effective, equivalent like the Aventador, but the Tecnica is probably going to be the last new Huracan that we'll see. So I imagine they're going to try to get these cars out in the next year. sometime in 2023, and that's what the person who put in the order for said, that they're estimating their delivery at that. Maybe we should.
Dylan Chambers said, so this Lambo has the same engine from the Gallardo?
From the Gallardo. The Gallardo also had a V10 and a V10. Was it a 5.0 or 5? I thought it was a 5-liter V10 in the Gallardo, and now it's 5.2. So I think it's effectively the same engine. It's just been enhanced.
What's the difference to the Evo rather than the design by Kana?
So right now they're discontinuing the Evo rear-wheel drive. So you're just going to have an Evo in all-wheel drive version. This is the only way you can get a rear-wheel drive Huracan, apart from the much more expensive STO. The STO starts at like $330, I think. And this car starts at $240. So it's actually less expensive.
They're saying video's better that way.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
So we'll stay at the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is actually the only way you can get the Huracan, apart from the very expensive STO, in rear-wheel drive. So that's a big difference, while still getting the 630 horsepower.
Is the video better over here, guys? We tried moving stuff, so.
Let us know if it's any better over here. A little better since you moved. This one's 330 with options. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a little better. Yeah, guys, don't worry. We'll move. We'll move to a different spot. Just people are still here and they're still enjoying the car, so I don't want to like dip too early.
Yeah, just a quick little around.
What are the questions could we answer while we're waiting?
What makes it better than a Performante?
So better is an interesting question, because some people could say, okay, the Performante is all-wheel drive, also had 630 horsepower. Performante had the ALA system. This also has aerodynamics that are pretty sophisticated. But better is going to come down to, one, do you prefer all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive? And two, do you prefer the Performante styling or the Tecnica styling? Now, there is actually a Performante. Actually, we just missed it.
We just missed it. A white
just
one.
left. There was a Performante Spider that just left. So I was going to say, you could go look at that one and then look at this and say, which do you like better? For me, it's kind of weird, but I think I might prefer the Performante's less Lamborghini. Lamborghini does all the scoops and the angles and the sharp creases and edges and all that, and they do that very well. Performante is less so of that compared to this. The Tecnica adds more of that, and I think that while it looks very different from the regular Evo, and I do appreciate that, I love that it looks different. I don't know if I like this or the Performante better. I think I might like the Performante styling a little bit better than this. But the driving experience, the rear-wheel steered, rear-wheel drive platform is so good. The all-wheel drive Performante is going to be a little bit quicker on track.
Let's see. Next question. Why does Lamborghini, the king of all-wheel supercars, make many rear-wheel models lately from Millionaire?
So why is Lamborghini, the king of all-wheel drive supercars, making a lot of rear-wheel drive models lately? I mean, we just talked about the rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive thing. One, I think that rear-wheel drive has typically been an entry point for supercar manufacturers compared to, unless their product portfolio is exclusively rear-wheel drive, like the Viper over here. But it's typically been an entry point, and Lamborghini used it that way for a little while. Now they're discontinuing the rear-wheel drive thing for their regular Evo, and so they just have rear-wheel drive being this and the STO. Why are they doing it? I think that it varies the way that you access the performance pretty significantly. The way you drive a rear-wheel drive car versus the way you drive an all-wheel drive car versus the way you drive a front-wheel drive car is all completely different. So I think it's giving them more dimensionality to their product portfolio. If they just have all-wheel drive, then yeah, the engine size can get bigger and the car can get larger in the case of the Aventador or whatever will replace the Aventador, but it's going to be kind of that same recipe. So I think them having two different flavors, having rear-wheel drive and having all-wheel drive, it allows you to enjoy their cars in two different ways. So I think that's probably why they're doing it. That's why I like it. I'm glad they're doing both.
Bolted asks, what type of speaker brand does it use?
People are interested in the speakers. I think there's an optional sound system that I don't think is amazing anyway, but For me, you bought a V10, so that's your sound system.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, definitely. Vader 344 asks, this or the Evo for all to use?
So this is actually just as comfortable as the Evo, whereas the STO, way more brittle driving and just uncomfortable daily. This one is just as comfortable as the Evo, but you have that extra power compared to the rear-wheel drive Evo. It's the same power as the all-wheel drive Evo. I think I would choose this as a daily. Like it looks that much more special too.
Meltdown Shark asks, that's the new model? Yes.
Yes, this is the new Huracan. It's the Tecnica. It's people are calling it a Goldilocks, right? Because it's in between the Evo as the daily Huracan, and you give up much on either end. You don't give up much in terms of daily driving comfort, and you definitely don't give up much in terms of track performance, the extra downforce of the STO. I'll get more into the things I like about this and the things I love a little later on.
Sahid asks, how does this compare to the Evo and the STO?
So we kind of just answered that. It's got STO grade power. It has styling elements that are different than both cars. It's different than both the Evo and the STO. It incorporates a lot of the aerodynamic stuff from the STO and some interior trim pieces and details like the carbon fiber of the doors and like I said, some aerodynamic stuff from the STO. So it's borrowing the daily driving comfort of the Evo and the track focus of the STO. It's kind of just merging the two of them.
This is a good question asked for by Aaron. Is there a light hybrid component to this car?
No light hybrid, no mild hybrid, no nothing like that. And it's interesting in this day and age that it's not, but I think that's probably the next Huracan or whatever replaces the Huracan. We'll have, heads up behind you. We'll have. All right, thanks, Jay.
Beautiful car.
Beautiful 488.
Dude,
Ferrari.
Another Montana.
Hey, would you guys want me to review that? Because I could potentially review that. If you're interested, give a thumbs up. That'd be pretty fun, right? I don't think I reviewed a 488. I reviewed an F8.
What are some of its main rivals?
Main rivals. Well, we just shared those. We have the McLaren 720S. We got the Ferrari F8. You can even say the 296 GTB is kind of a competitor, but it's actually higher performance than the F8 at this point, so that's a little loftier. But yeah, those are two direct rivals.
Would you consider this to be the sweet spot between the Evo and the STO?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
I would. I think that people who like the Evo styling more may gravitate more towards that. If they don't like the Lamborghini Scion inspired details of the corners and the greater aggression, might prefer the Evo. But for everyone else, this is just going to be, it's a perfect middle ground. It brings in the extra power, it brings in greater aerodynamics, it brings in bolder styling from the STO while keeping the ride very comfortable.
What's your opinion on the car? Wait for the
POV driver review, guys. I'll have a lot more to share during that.
A question from Instagram. This is a GT to an RS to an RS, or are there bigger differences?
So is this like a GT compared to an RS? Is it a Grand Tour to the racing race sport or the more track focused version? I would say the Evo would be the GT to the RS, right? This is almost a new category in between, where it's bringing in both. It's pulling from both segments. Has the video improved at all, guys, or should we we can probably roll out at this point, and I think probably it's a good time to roll out.
What's the 0 to 60? Your
0
mom.
to 60, 2.7 seconds. I love that. 0 to 7 seconds, 2.7. So Patrick, let's roll out. This is a original factory matte paint job, yeah. Yeah, it's cool, right? And it's the black, it's the matte of the roof, and then it's also the red stripe. It's all from the factory. Yeah, brand new. 780 miles in the car. Yeah, right. I'm reviewing it. Yeah, so this is I think it's one of the first in the US. Yeah. Yeah.
My wife ran me one for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Give me a second to answer the questions, guys.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
We're about to go on the drive.
Yeah,
right now.
and that's basically, I get the cars for like 3 days. Payments out of all that stuff.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna move right now.
Yeah, we're gonna roll out.
Hopefully,
we'll find some better reception for us.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. Thank you. Yes. Pretty mild.
Yeah. So this meet is every single weekend.
Every weekend. It's kind of wild.
And you can say today was actually kind of like.
It's pretty mild for the show. Yeah, the show kind of gets pretty crazy sometimes.
Someone asked, are you going to do the review on the upcoming Toyota Grand Highlander?
The Grand Highlander, potentially. Yeah, I'll potentially do that at some point. Any other questions right now as we're rolling out of here? When you're talking about supercars like this, I think it is actually standard. I didn't see it as an option on this car, so it may be a standard feature.
Oh, there's that 4GT.
Oh,
or
yeah,
GT40.
GT. Or yeah, Mark II GT40 rather.
There's that
Beautiful
STO.
STO in front of us, yeah. I love those wheels. The black with those.
Yeah. The one we reviewed,
wheels.
it didn't have it, right?
It did not, no. James, I'll talk to you later.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, another question from Instagram. Should I have been all-wheel drive by BF Aiden?
Yeah, so that's, I mean,
When's this going to be out?
this will be out in a week and a half.
What about the color?
Yeah.
My Camaro is fixed, so you're going to have to check that out.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
My trans was blown the last time it was it, so, and I think I have an Avented RSV on the way, so.
Oh, wow.
Fingers crossed.
Oh
Fingers
my.
crossed.
Are you going to do that? So did you get the RS6 or no?
So I put a deposit down on the one that I wanted, but I've been having a hard time getting an okay amount of money for my Panamera because the market's kind of dropping.
It is
so I might
softened,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, I might just hang on to it by the beginning of next year as the write-off for my 2023 season.
Yeah, I think because we're
Yeah,
moving and stuff.
That's kind of what my accountant suggested, so.
That'll be better.
Okay.
We shall see.
Dude, that would be
Thanks,
cool.
Keith, for the.
Yeah, so.
So my
info.
Blackwing is finally built.
Woo.
So I should see it in like 3 weeks to a month. I'll get it.
Very nice.
But
I'm
you can
excited to see it.
drive that as
Photo
soon as I.
shoot.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. I would love that. And I gotta find. So, text me the name of the protective coating company.
Oh yeah, Next Level Protection.
Yeah.
So they're right across the street from Tustin.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. I'll reach out to them and just
Thank
see
you,
if we
man.
can't work something
Thank
out.
you,
Because I
Keith.
do want to do
Appreciate
that.
that.
That, and I also want to black out like the marker lights and stuff like that. So I gotta find a spot to do that.
They do everything. They're great. So, cool. Awesome.
All right.
Good to see you.
You too, James.
Smell the brand new stuff.
Did ya? They call the Ferrari owner Jay. It's not Jay. It's Gina. Can't remember.
Gino or Gila? No,
Yeah, Gila is his
the wife.
wife. Giro and Gila. It was a G&G.
Will you make a track POV and a normal POV drive?
Unfortunately, I won't have a track drive in this, but I would recommend, guys, you should watch Topher's. He did a track drive in a Tecnica, and it was very, very good. But I'll have your daily drive in this one. Guys, this is such a good show. South Coast Sea Cars and Coffee is always like a pretty awesome show. If you're in this area, check it out. Always good cars, and it happens every week. Oh, what do you think of that? Is that an Acura TLX down there with the bronze wheels? I kind of like that.
Oh, you reviewed one, right?
I did, yeah. I did a Type S. Ooh, E30 coming in. That's a sweet car. Oh, the gold BBS wheels. Beautiful.
Those wheels make the STO, man.
They really look good.
Yeah.
Oh, he also has the, well, they do from factory have the titanium exhaust. See, like that one doesn't have the graphics that they did on the one that I reviewed, and I like that a lot better. Is the video quality any better, guys?
Yes.
It's a little better.
Key asks, how well do you fit in the Tecnica?
So the seat, I have the seat all the way back and angled back and all that stuff right now, and my head clears the roof by about an inch. So I got headroom, so I'm okay. If I had a helmet on, no chance. I'd be like this. But for now, driving around, we're good.
Yeah, so the manufacturers give miles the cars.
Yes, so they work with fleet companies to actually get the cars to media, but I contact the manufacturer or they contact me, say, hey, there's this car I want to review, or they're saying, hey, there's a car.
Straighten out the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Just so I can have a shot. You turn it to the left.
Your neighbor said Lamborghini should have named it the Tecnica Huracan at all. It should have been another brand because it looks completely different with Lambo doors. Would have been the best Lamborghini ever.
It does look different for sure.
Yeah.
I like that they kind of have the Performante style wheels on this.
Yeah, I like these wheels a lot.
The gray wasn't the color.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, this was the wrong color for this car. If you want those new Tecnica things to stand out, give me like a green.
Or the Arancio Exanto, that kind of dark burnt orange.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they had in Super Trofeo. It looks so good.
Looks
I'm
so much
excited
better.
to see more of this, Scott.
Yeah, dude.
I'll watch the review.
Okay, thanks, James. If you remember, I reviewed James's Audi R8, and James works with the VF engineering team and with the South Sea Cars and Coffee team.
Yeah, it would definitely look different with the Lambo
James,
doors.
stick your head in for a sec to say hi. We're doing a live Q&A.
What's up?
Stick your head in and say hi for a sec. We're doing a live Q&A.
What's going on?
Yeah, we reviewed James's R8, VF engineered R8.
Yeah, that was a cool review to watch. It was so weird seeing my
Your
own
car.
car in that video, but I think you did it justice.
Thank you, dude.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Good to see you, James.
The
Love
Judge.
the GTO is just beautiful. All right, I got someone's got to let me out of here. I'm gonna stick it in front of the Jeep if I can. But man, I thought we were leaving early enough to avoid all this. Sorry, guys. But yeah, what interior
Actually,
wise?
what's the name of the color? We haven't talked about that.
The color is called Grigio Acheso, and I'm sure I'm mutilating that, but it's a matte gray. The matte black you have to pay extra for as well. Like the roof in matte black is like an extra $15,000.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's painted carbon fiber. You can actually kind of see a little bit here. I'm not sure if you can with the camera.
No.
Okay,
It's too low.
Okay, because like you can see the carbon fiber under the matte gray of the hood right there.
Oh, no. I can't get it.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's pretty cool. Like just from this viewpoint, being able to see the carbon fiber under the matte gray paint.
Just come over to buy the merchandise tent. You do not have to buy anything from Sarah. It would be nice if you don't have to buy anything.
Traffic jams like this are not that bad.
He asked, what would be the ideal color to go for?
So for supercars right now, certain supercars especially. So I saw a Performante in like this darker green, not like British racing green, not that dark, slightly brighter with a little bit of metallic flake with bronze wheels.
Like the Lexus we saw.
Yes, like the Lexus. It was incredible.
That was a very nice
I'm
color.
like, that spec is like just perfect. I would get that. So there was a big Mustang and Charger crew today, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, where's my Blackwing going to fit in? It's not going to have any place here at the South Sea Cars and Coffee. It'll be cool that it'll be probably the only Blackwing here. Certainly the only anniversary edition, but definitely probably the only Blackwing.
Honk test and stuff when we get closer outside.
Yeah, when we get outside, we'll do that. And also, we'll pull off out there some point if someone wanted to see the turn signal indicators, and we could also honk it at there. But yeah, while we're in this lineup, I'm just gonna let us get out of here. Walkie-talkie down.
Any updates on the Blackwing?
It's been built, guys. The Blackwing has been built. I've got a VIN number, and I'm not entirely sure when delivery will be, but usually it's about a month after build date. So I should have it by the end of the year, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Just have I I've never gone through this process. I've never built a car, never bought a car like this. Actually, like the last, I've just bought used. I don't think I leased a new car, but I've never bought a new car. Certainly nothing I've ordered. So I'm really excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's coming. Hopefully by the end of December, I'll have it ready to start filming content, and I'll walk you guys through the pickup process and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be really fun.
You're gonna get it delivered, or you're gonna go pick it up?
I'm gonna probably pick it up from the dealership. It doesn't need to be delivered to my house. Unless that's how they do it, but I think you pick it up at the dealership. I'm almost positive. Ooh, S2000 CR. That is a rare car, my friends. That's beautiful. That's a super rare car.
Camera, but
oh, it's good. It's plenty good. Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you.
any more questions, guys, about?
What do you questions about the interior? The only Tecnica specific stuff on the interior is actually it says Tecnica right. Yeah.
Your car is awesome. Do you mind saying for all the entrepreneurs out there, how much did you comfortably make before you can afford this car?
So I don't own this car. That's the first thing I gotta say. So I review cars, but I would say you probably need to make a lot more than I would ever be able to afford for this car. I'm gonna say you probably need to $1 to $1.5 million.
Wow.
To afford this car, because this is a $330,000 car.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome. Thank you, man.
Yeah, you bet.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
Yeah. Saw the opening, went for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that color's nice on the S2000. Does it have any Audi parts in it?
Yeah, I mean, it'll have certain things that aren't as obvious, like I'm sure some of the tech pieces are shared with Audi products. No switchgear is going to look like an Audi. Like all of these are not. You're not going to find these in Audi products. You know what? Here's an Audi piece. The mirror control. This is the same knob that you'd find in an Audi vehicle, and the lock and unlock button. Those look the same. Unless you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I had an issue with the Audi RS e-tron GT. Tire deflation, but the cause of that was not some road debris like I thought. It was there was a brake bolt that came loose in the car and shredded the tire.
Wow.
I found that out from the fleet company, and they're like, oh yeah, so that was the problem. So I'm not sure when we'll get that car back, but potentially reviewing that this week. Again, in addition to, we're just gonna pull off here so we can show you turn signals and stuff. Signals look cool.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
While we're standing outside the car, any other questions before we're probably going to take it on a short drive and then wrap it up from there, guys. Sorry that the video is so spotty this whole day. It's frustrating. It feels like even where we film it in near where I live, the reception's not good. And then here out in San Clemente, reception's not good either.
He asks, Alcantara full leather wheel.
Oh, steering wheel. I was confused for a second. It is Alcantara. Full Alcantara wrapping with, I love the RX-7.
What's her all-time favorite car?
All-time favorite car is a Ford GT. 2005 or 2006 Ford GT. That would be the number one for me.
With stripes or no stripes?
Blue with white stripes.
Nice.
That's me.
Nice. How much should I earn to buy this car?
That was funny. The guy asked, he's like, what do you need to comfortably afford this? How much we got to make? I'm like, dude, it's over $1 million. To comfortably afford this car, you got to be making over $1 million.
Or more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making so my benchmark is Porsche told me once that to afford a 911, you need to be making $400,000 a year. I was like, okay, scale that up from there, and you're looking at $1 million, $1 million plus.
A year, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, a year.
What is the
mighty.
difference between the version of this and the normal Huracan or Evo?
We've already kind of gone over that a few times in this video, and I'll get more into that in the POV drive review and stuff. But it's basically that this is borrowing some of the STO's track focus features while being much more daily drivable and comfortable. Gotta love that sound.
STO sounds better.
It does, yes.
It feels like more toned down.
Yeah. And it is.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Key, I think the Tecnica is more comfortable than STO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Definitely.
STO is more track or race car.
Yeah.
Transmission?
What? That noise?
Yeah.
No, that noise is sounds like just vibration of the body panels.
Yeah, something.
And it's right at like 5,000 to 6,000 RPM.
Yeah, it feels like a little toned down more than the STO.
Yeah.
The STO is like... let's see. Does it feel more powerful
Then
the STO?
Then the STO, no, they're the same power output.
Okay.
And the STO is actually a little lighter, so the STO
can feel it.
it's going to feel quicker, at least in the corners. But it feels more powerful than the rear-wheel drive
Really?
Huracan Evo, which has now been discontinued.
This one's rated, price is $330.
So it starts at $240.
$240.
This one's priced at, yeah, $330.
Now like nothing.
And just back to being,
Yeah.
well,
normal.
now it seems quiet, right? But we were
Yeah.
on the way out here going like, boy, it's so much louder.
Yeah, 300. Top speed.
200. And that is higher than the STO at 193 because of the aerodynamics. It doesn't have the giant wing, which creates a little bit of drag.
Would you choose the Huracan Tecnica over 911 Turbo S?
Yes. I'm not a huge fan of the Turbo S. I get its positioning. It's like a very drivable, incredibly fast car. But my flavor of 911 is either like a stripped down base model like the T, or getting the GT3 for the like track capability and properties and look. I don't like the GT3 Touring. I like the GT3 with the wing. Like I want it to look like a track-focused 911. But yeah, the Turbo S, like for example, the one I drove not terribly long ago had the rear seat delete, and like they tried to make it more GT3 like, but I guess it was kind of like trying to be a GT2 RS. It was kind of the worst of both worlds then, because you were giving up some of the convenience, but it looked like the more basic turbo. So I don't love the Turbo S. So I think I would choose this.
How fast? 0 to 100?
0 to 100, I don't know. I know 0 to 60 is
60.
2.7. I imagine 0 to 100 would not be far behind that. And that's pretty impressive given its rear-wheel drive. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds with rear-wheel drive is pretty impressive.
Key asked, what if there was a gated manual Huracan?
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, that would be.
I was just talking to someone, I'm like, I would probably get the Balboni edition Gallardo with the gated manual over a new Huracan if given the choice. So that's those cars, the Balboni editions have gone up in value such that they're as expensive as new Huracans. I think I would choose the gated manual Gallardo.
What's Redline at?
8,500. It's high. It's not quite the 9,000 of GT3, but 8,500 is pretty freaking high.
Are you enjoying driving the car?
Yeah, it's like right now it's pretty comfortable actually. It's loud, right? Like in this cabin, like to talk to you or even to in this video, like I got to kind of raise my voice a bit because the tire noise is pretty intense. So you're never going to be like, oh, I'm relaxed. It's not really what a Lamborghini's about though, but it's pretty enjoyable to drive even at cruising speeds because it rides nicer than the STO does. But I mean, I love tactile things like these big paddles are so nice to pull, and the suede wrapping or Alcantara wrapping of the steering wheel feels really good in the hands, and it still feels sporty even at a cruise. And then of course you just change the drive mode, pull a paddle, and it wakes up pretty quickly.
Yeah, it definitely wakes up.
Yeah.
Is it easy staying speed limit?
I'll answer that in a second. Staying the speed limit is not terribly easy because it's actually it's tough to answer that because there's so much power.
I think
here.
you can. I mean,
yeah. So you probably can because you hear and feel the performance happening. Whereas like you get into the BMW 850 M850i that I was just in, like that was terribly difficult to keep the speed limit because it's so well insulated. The Bentley Bentayga or Continental GT Speed also very well insulated, so it's hard to know how fast you're going unless you're looking at the speedo. Whereas this car, you kind of feel and see the performance, so you're aware of the speeds that you're doing. So it's probably easier to keep to the speed limit in this car, but there is so much power here that it doesn't take much throttle to get you, well into the triple digits.
not that we do that.
Not that we do that. I'm just saying you could do that.
Yeah, that V10 sounds amazing.
That is an uncommon car as well. That's a Volvo C30 in the just to our right lane. Oh, we're in the carpool. We can go carpool. Yeah, Volvo C30, not a common vehicle.
Is it more power louder than the Ferrari 812 and Largo? What do you think?
Oh, you know what? I had wanted to. Oh well. More power than the Ferrari. What?
812 and Largo.
Oh, no, the 812 makes more power than this. The 812 makes like 720? I can't remember how much power exactly it makes, but it makes more power than this. Yeah.
What do you think about the Huracan off-road?
This Serato? Oh, I'm excited about that. I was just talking to a guy who was ordering one.
Oh, he placed one.
He placed the order. Yeah, that's right.
He placed it.
Okay, so if he gets it before I can get it as a press car, I'll review his, but it'd be cool to get that as a press vehicle and drive that. But it's just so wild. A rally style
That's
Huracan.
gonna be the new thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Porsche started
with the Dakar, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people are staring. When we were coming here and stuff, a lot of people were staring at the car.
Yeah, they got a lot of attention, this car. Loads of attention.
Let's see. What do you think about the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera over this Huracan?
Different car. So that's a grand touring car, whereas it's more about high speed comfort, like the Bentley Bentayga or Bentley Continental GT Speed would be a DBS Superleggera competitor. But if you just want to say, you know, which would I choose? For what a supercar proposes to be, which is just like weekend excitement, you're not really daily driving these cars, I'd rather hop in one of these. I'd choose a different paint color, but I'd rather be like, oh yes, I'm gonna go get excited about driving something. Let's go drive a Huracan Tecnica versus a DBS Superleggera. Even the DBS Superleggera, brilliant car, but that's more of a daily driver supercar. And for me, I'd rather drive like a 7 Series every day or an S-Class every day, and then on the weekends drive your Huracan.
Huracan off-road versus a 2022 Porsche 911 Dakar.
So Dakar versus the Cerato. I don't know. I mean, the Cerato, if it looks like this, lifted, wider, more power, probably get down with this. And you know, Lamborghini, someone said earlier, king of all-wheel drive supercars. They would do a great all-wheel drive system, that's for sure. But the Dakar, I'm sure, is going to be a lot of fun. I think I'd probably go with the Cerato if given the choice.
The seats are uncomfortable for a long trip.
Yeah, they're good for 30 minutes. Yeah. But after that, you're like, oh, this, like, the back support isn't great, and that's with adjustable lumbar too. It's just not terribly comfortable. Not as uncomfortable as the STO, but it's just not super comfortable.
Any more questions, guys? Oh, what's the perfect daily for you?
Probably the car I'm buying. My perfect daily is the CT5B Blackwing. It's got all that power, got a manual gearbox, but it's not a chore to use the manual. That or the RS6 Avant. Those are my two dream daily drivers.
Avant's the wagon, right?
Yes, the Avant is the wagon.
That's nice. I like the rims, man.
Yes. If you just want ultimate comfort, yeah, an S-Class or a 7 Series are going to be better picks. But you know, if you just want the best of both worlds, then I'm going to say Blackwing.
Are you a fan of plug-in hybrids being introduced to the supercars?
Yeah, I'd say bring it on. As long as it doesn't completely change how the cars drive, then I'm all like the Artura, the McLaren Artura.
Vicky White,
Sure.
He has done an SVJ, right? The green one?
Yeah, I did the SVJ. That was before I was doing a lot of the POV stuff, so it's a more in-depth review thing. It's like 40 minutes long, but I go in-depth on the SVJ, and I loved that car. Yeah. The Roadster, it was that Verde Scandal. Never forget the paint job called Verde Scandal. Like a bright,
have you driven AMG GT 63S?
I have, yeah. I did that one on track in Austin, Texas, and I didn't make a video on it because it was before I was doing the POV stuff. But I have driven that car, and I've asked about getting a press GT363 or GT63S, but I think they're waiting for the SE performance models to come in, and when those are in, I'll do a review on that. That'll be fun.
What's the most comfortable car that you've been in?
Most comfortable?
Cullinan, maybe?
Ghost.
No,
Ghost or Phantom is just the most comfortable. It is just the most comfortable car. Yeah, the Phantom you're just so disconnected from everything. You're just in this moving palace.
Yeah.
And it floats, it's easy to drive, it's quiet, the seats are super plush. Yeah, C30 T6. This is a rare car. They just did not make many of those.
How do you feel about Dodge's new EV Challenger?
So I saw it in person at the LA Auto Show press day, and I like how it looks. It looks really good. I haven't heard that electric sound yet. It sounds interesting, and I think like Dodge is going to bring the most unique soundtrack to the EV space. I think we as enthusiasts are going to have some retraining of what sounds good or what makes an interesting performance car. We're going to have some time that we need to retrain our brains to get that feel. Because for now, I sit there and I go, oh, it sounds cool, but it doesn't sound like a V8, you know? But I think in time we'll get accustomed to that, and the sounds will get more and more interesting, and we'll crave the new electric sound that is going to be artificial, but it'll be cool. Like there are even EV sounds at this point. Like I like the sound of the RS e-tron GT. I think it's cool, very space agey and fun. Mercedes AMG's EQS also has some crazy sound profiles that were cool. I have not, like I said, I haven't heard that Dodge Daytona prototype EV sound in person, but I think it'll probably sound pretty good.
Tesla or Ford?
Tesla or Ford? No, Ford. Yeah, any day. I just Raptor, Ford GT, Mustang GT500 or GT350, Bronco Raptor. A lot of exciting stuff. Whereas Tesla's got like Model S Plaid, and you know, it's scary quick for sure, but not much else to it.
Would you prefer the new Raptor R to the Ram TRX?
I look forward to having an answer to that as soon as I get a Raptor R press vehicle. I love the TRX. Good Lord, does it guzzle gas. But I love that truck. I hear very good things from friends who have already reviewed the Raptor R, and I might like that one more. We'll see.
Navigator or Escalade seats?
Navigator seats. Navigator seats are unparalleled. In that space, 30-way adjustment and so comfortable. Navigator seats for sure. If you're Escalade versus Navigator, I'd go Escalade because they're still comfortable, but they're not as good as the Navigator seats.
Would you ever buy the electric Ford Mustang?
At this moment in time, no. It's not really something that's interesting to me. But who knows? Down the road when everything's electric? Sure, because I like the Mustang GT350, and if they could make it behave like a GT350, which would be tough because you got to shave off a ton of weight.
Yeah, that's going to be super heavy.
It'd be very, very heavy, so it's potentially impossible, but for at the very least a long, long time before they can end up making EVs lighter weight and therefore handled differently than they do right now, which is very stable in corners, but not lively, you know.
Key asks, do you feel like the Escalade V is overpowered?
Overpowered, no. It's funny because you'd think 682 horsepower is like too much, but it's actually such a big vehicle that they go together very well. That powertrain and that body go together really quite well. So I don't think it's overpowered.
What is the most powerful vehicle you've ever driven?
Bugatti Chiron. Yeah, 1500 or whatever. It's 1500 horsepower. Definitely the most powerful vehicle. Most expensive, most powerful vehicle I've ever driven.
Let's see.
$3.4 million. Good Lord, what I could buy with all that.
Let's see. That would be the most expensive car you've ever driven, right?
Yeah, the Chiron. Super Sport. Which, if you haven't watched that video yet, guys, go watch that POV.
Do you think electric Lamborghini is good?
I want to reserve some judgments until I actually drive it. I know they have like electric components in the Scion or Scion, however you say that. But I want to see how much the extra weight or how that changes the performance profile. I want to wait to experience an electric assisted Lamborghini before I judge it. And somebody asked about the plug-in hybrid supercars, and as I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, bring it on, but there's certain things I don't want to change. Supercars are amazing because it's a power to weight ratio thing, and you got to have so much more power to overcome the extra weight that can happen with plug-in hybrid or all-electric supercars. So I want to drive a Rimac and see how that changes my mind on them, because I don't think I'm against them necessarily. I don't really have a good frame of reference for a supercar electric vehicle. The closest I've got to that is a Model S Plaid, which was hilarious. Terrifying and hilarious how quick it is. But when you go take corners and that, this wasn't much to it. But a supercar where they vetted the handling to a different caliber than you do a daily driver electric vehicle, it may be really fun.
Sorry.
There you go.
Let's see. Is the steering feel super sharp compared to its competitors?
I feel like the McLaren 720 has more communicative, more direct steering. Steering in this is very good. I feel like the STOs is notably better than this. And so if it's like STO versus a 720S, yeah, the steering's probably better in the STO. Versus 765, I still love the steering in the 765 best. Ferrari F8, probably at the same level of feedback between this and an F8, but the F8 is smoother. Like, you feel like you're gliding in that car. And so if you like that kind of flavor of handling, then that's going to be more appealing.
Is there any scratchy materials used in the interior?
Scratchy.
Yeah.
Like harder plastics or things like that, no. Like, it's leather, or it's Alcantara, or it's carbon fiber. Yeah, like those are the three things that you see. Like, yeah, there's some plastics here for the window switches or even the flat bottom of this wheel, but nothing is uncomfortable to touch. It's either like really cool and sensory and fun, or it feels good.
Adam Gamer 612. What's up, man? How you doing? You just said, please shout me out.
Yeah, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in.
Opinion on the AMG 63 6x6?
Oh, that'd be fun. Weird. Like, I mean, I'm thinking my reference point now is that I drove the Rezvani Hercules, which was a 6x6 vehicle. And just as in terms of like satisfying curiosity, that was a lot of fun to drive that thing, because like, what does a 6x6 drive like? It's actually really easy to drive, because it had a version of rear wheel steering, and actually it wasn't rear wheel steering, it was that the width of the rear tires they did in such a way that it actually is like easier to handle. So that was actually pretty good to drive. But I think like an AMG version of a 6x6, better build quality, probably rides nicer, that'd be pretty fun. I'd love to drive that one. I also want to drive the 4x4, which I have the G's coming, but I didn't ask for the 4x4, so I'll have to ask for that one too, because that'd be fun to compare. And I also want to review a Brabus. Got to contact them, got to reach out to them. So I feel like you guys would like to see that.
Let's see. Jason Knight, which cars are sold out? The Lamborghini? Or what are you talking about?
Cars are sold out?
Yeah, he just asked, are these cars sold out?
They haven't really reached the market yet. This is a press vehicle. And I know people have ordered them, so they're not sold out yet. And they're not like the STO where they are restricted.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna close out the.
Thanks for putting up with the bad video reception. Again, it's frustrating. I feel like there's no place that I've been able to go where I get a clean stream. And it could be Verizon. Verizon
Yeah.
might just suck. And
Their
now-
5G does not exist.
Yeah,
just
5G
saying.
is BS. So then maybe that, and I'm sorry about that, and may have to change carriers because that's frustrating. But yeah, thanks for putting up with that, guys, and hopefully I answered your questions about the Huracan Tecnica, and definitely look out for the POV review and the night drive in this. I'll answer many more questions, or you just don't have to hear me talk and just listen to the car drive at night. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Not sure when I'll do the next live Q&A, but I've got some interesting stuff coming, so we can do another one of these and see if we can't find as good of a spot with best reception as possible.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.